Let me do it quick. We are launching here our white label APIs. This is the first time that we're publicly speaking about it. And the hackathon will have 3 challenges. Feel free to interact with our APIs, and we're talking a little bit about that in upcoming. But yeah, it's about checkouts, crypto checkouts, NFT checkouts, and domains. Like there might be a way. Like the idea is you to hack our wallet identifier system and integrate it with ENS. Currently is not available, so that would be part of the challenge. So a little bit about Unlimit. So we are all-in-one payment company, basically. I mean, it started formerly known as CarPay in 2009. It started and becoming one of the most important players in Europe. Currently, we are the biggest player in Europe. We got global presence, not only over there, but also in Latin America, Southeast Asia, Africa, and of course, US and Canada. As a legacy company, we hold acquiring licenses across Europe, Mexico, Brazil, also Hong Kong, and more than 5 pending. We offer payment methods in our traditional services. So we are trying to leverage those payment methods as well here in the ecosystem. Those are more than 1,000 payment methods, including obviously credit cards, but also local merchants. IBAN accounts, we are focused in cross-border payments, as well as the possibility to create IBAN accounts in Europe. We're exploring to open it up and wind it up into more jurisdictions, but currently it's available there. And the card issuing, we are also having a special crypto-backed credit card program that it's in the beginning was only available in Europe. This quarter, if we open it up in Mexico, next year will be opened in Brazil as well. So then why we decided to tap into the market. First of all, obviously, we all know here that the cryptocurrency market is worth more than $2.4 trillion. Currently, it surpasses economies such as Canada or Japan. So it's impossible to keep ignoring it. And Unlimited was visionary enough to start building the widget 2 years ago and then launching it officially in less than a year and a half ago. So we're having this pathway. It's still the incipient stages, but we already are creating it. How it works, a little bit about how it works, the whole checkout experience. So basically, you're a card holder, you want to buy in an e-commerce or whatever, you go to the store, the merchant, and the merchant will have a POS system. That POS system connects you to a processor. It might be a third party like Square, and that processor has an agreement, a relationship with an acquirer, let's say WorldPay, and the WorldPay has a relationship with the networks, obviously MasterCard, Visa, UnionPay, JCB, or others. That network immediately asks your bank account whether you have sufficient funds or not. If it's sufficient, well, the response is like a processor transmits the message, and the POS gives the final response to the merchant, and the transaction is complete. So basically, that's the traditional structure, and that's how it works, how it's been working like for the last 2 or 3 decades. What is our secret spice? Unlimit has an upstream downstream integration. So in any endpoint of the whole value chain equation that I just showcased you, we do have a department, and we do have a person or a group of entities that are in charge. So for instance, if we're talking about the case of the card holder, they do have a card holder. They do have a third party that is not a principal member of Visa Network, MasterCard, like we are. They have a third-party processor, such as Stripe, and they have a third-party acquirer, such as WorldPay, whatever. That happens with MoonPay, that happens with Bangza, with the others, But on the contrary, what we do have is We are principal members of the networks, Visa, MasterCard, UnionPay, JCB, even Discover. And we are processor, where we have our own processing services or infrastructure back in Europe, but also in Latin America and Southeast Asia. And we are our own acquirer, as I mentioned it to you before, in more than 5 jurisdictions. So that's why we are offering like one-stop solution to the whole ecosystem. We're aiming to embrace the next generation of fiat on and off ramps. And obviously our coverage is more than in 150 countries in credit card acquirings and debit card. We have more than, team more than 10 languages available, more than 1,000 payment methods, 30 fiat currencies that we are offering, and more than 50 crypto assets across 12 different networks. All of that will be available in the API docs that will be shared with you. Basically, yeah, we are the third generation. We're playing this game as a first mover early in terms of like such as a Stripe, we hold the whole equation, the whole points in the equation. Stripe has been more timid. Stripe has been more shy to full-fledged, the whole deployment in a transaction. It's only available, for instance, in the US and for Polygon Solana. On the contrary, we are available across the 5 continents. We offer more than 50 assets and in more than 12 different networks. So it's a pathway that we already got. And we are surpassing these second generation competitors. Some of them, they're not even more in the market, such as Prime Trust or Wire. But they lack of the acquiring licenses, they got of the integration of the whole pie. And this is a matter of, fees. So this is a battle regarding fees. And the more pieces in the puzzle that you have, the more leverage you have to lower the fees. And that's why we're here, and that's why we're here for the long term. So what's next? Of course, what's it about, the hackathon? We need to launch checkouts and obviously ENS domains as well. The checkouts. Important about crypto to fiat checkouts is it should be a seamless conversion. We're talking to approach the non-crypto related businesses in e-commerce. That's the 95% of the market, the whole market, digital market that we need to address. And that allows a user who has cryptocurrency to immediately pay in crypto without the need to, go directly to a widget. Only paying in crypto. It can be stable coins, it can be digital asset, and it is automatically converted to fiat and settled, and the merchant only deal with the fiat. Some merchants, some businesses, they don't want to deal with complexity. So that gives them, the broader accessibility to more people that are not tech savvy like us, perhaps, but that's the majority of the population, and that's the majority of the businesses. The people from the guy from the deli, the guy from a grocery store, the barbershop, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the businesses that we wanna approach. What's our advantage of, as I told you, is global reach. Our competitor is only focusing in the States. We are with a widespread presence in Europe, LATAM, North America, Asia as well. We not only accept stablecoin transactions in Ethereum, Solana, and Polygon, but also in more than 9 EVM compatible networks. Avalanche, for instance, Arbitrum, Base, Binance, Smart Chain as well, and more available in the API documentation. And with our APIs that I'm going to showcase, we offer that integration options to the merchants. NFT checkouts, it's another possibility as well. It simplifies the transactions. Basically, it gains same story. A guy who's a car holder and wants to purchase a skin or a Trump card in Gods on Chain or every available NFT marketplace, every collection. He wants it to just have the card and maybe have the NFT and maybe, in the future have a more crypto-centric experience. But right now, as a first touch, just want to purchase, those are the guys that we need to onboard more. That's the next 1 billion people that we need to onboard. It lowered the barriers. The technical barrier still exists. So we need to, again, the unbanked population, the people who doesn't crave for the technology 24/7. Those are the ones that are 95%, 97% of the population and the whole market. We need to grab a little bit of that chunk, that huge chunk, and that's the way we can broaden the presence and the adoption. And the last thing is it improves approval ratings. Currently, cryptocurrency is being considered as a high risk for the merchants. So if we process via digital goods instead of cryptocurrency in the MCC codes for the credit card transactions in the acquirers, they allows us a bigger, likelihood to get approvals in the transactions. Name extension wallets or domains, it can be either way. ENS, it's obviously the more popular, but also it can be free name, it can be FIO, it can be, there are several others. Uniswap has its own domain as well, Coinbase as well. And it's obviously it's a virtuous cycle in the UX because the user only needs its aliases, and that's it. Its alias that links his whole experience, his whole wallet, to every other decentralized app or every other interaction that they have on-chain. And of course, it gives them the compatibility to top Ethereum applications such as NFT Marketplace and so on and so forth. Some ideas that we do have? It comes naturally, intuitively sometimes. It's e-commerce checkouts using credit cards, of course. Crypto checkouts using either credit cards or APMs. We do have access to local APMs, for instance, in Mexico. We do have cash vouchers in Peru, in Colombia, in Ecuador. In Brazil, we got Pix and PicPay. So we get several other integrations. And NFT checkouts, it can be for events, it can be for tickets, it can be for travels. And last thing, why don't kill two birds with one stone? There's either ENS domains, hackathon is already ongoing as well, or Uniswap. Uniswap has also domains as well, and they got another hackathon here, so why not? It's time to jump into conclusion. So let me showcase you guys the white label APIs. If you guys anything, if you anything question, just drop it to me, and I will answer it via Telegram or wherever. But yeah, you can customize functionalities. Basically, you can customize and personalize your KYC process. You can generate quotes, and everything comes along naturally with your own UX and workflow. So you don't need to mold, or you don't need to adapt your whole workflow or whole experience to our widget. Now you can create and personalize the widget with your own branding, with your own recognition, and with your own mantra. And the sandbox environment is available for testing with USDT, USDC, and Ethereum. And USDC and USDT will be available not only in mainnet, but also in Binance Smart Chain. These are the sources of the hackathon that they will be available also in the dashboard, in the ETHGlobal website. The white label docs, ask me just after the presentation, and I will give you direct access to them as well. But we do have also the API docs here. Last thing, this is my Telegram. This is my Discord username. Feel free to reach out to me. And, I wish you all the best, and may the odds be ever in your favor with this hackathon. All right, any questions or? All right, just last one, yeah, go ahead. No, as of now, yeah, you can check it out here. And the white labels, the white labels here, it says, it's only, I think, in Binance. Binance Smart Chain for now. In production stage, we do have. As a product, we do have. In Polygon as well. USDC and USDT as well. I even die in Polygon as well. All right, thank you.